I'm trying to get drunk.
We don't care what R. Kelly did.
Just crap my pants.
All right, what's up? It is July 7th, 2022. Let me bring them in. What's up, Blake?
What up?
Kevin?
What up? What up? What up?
I want it. There we go. All right. Yeah, so we took another week off last week. Just good life. We decided to play basketball for a week. Basically, is what it was. Decided to just kind of do something a little different. We've been doing the podcast for over 3 years now, so I think I don't think we miss very often. So we decided, what the heck, and went with our boy Jared. Played some basketball. I think we all had a good time. All of us felt it. Some of us still do. But I feel like we did pretty good. I don't think any one of us really embarrassed ourselves. I mean, it was good.
Nope, not even Kevin.
I know, right? Not even with the 2-hand J.
Let's go.
It was a fun time. I think everybody got that body shock the first 2 or 3 minutes. You're like, oh, my body's doing this, and then got used to it. I immediately got in the car driving 10, 15 minutes, and I'm like, oh, this hurts. This is cramping.
Yeah,
this hurts.
Yeah, after I got out of the car, that's when I felt it.
Right.
But isn't it frustrating though? Like, especially like Richard, I feel like you've been, hitting the exercise harder than us. It's like, I'm sure you probably went into it thinking, this is what I've been doing. Like, my body should be able to handle this. And, now your knees have fluid in them.
Yeah. So I was just like, I figured my knees would probably pay the price for it. It's really the only thing that hurts is the knees. And that's kind of my own fault. I should have been icing it and taking care of it a little bit better. But
yeah.
It's like, and they're just kind of tight. They don't even really hurt. You know what I mean? Like, they just don't have the full range of motion. Like the other day I was doing squats. And I put extra weights on it just to make my knees move down a little bit further to kind of help gravity pulling it. Yeah. It got a little bit better after that. But I think, I think it just was a different kind of motion. That's what Kevin was alluding to the other day, where he's like, it's just a different kind of exercise.
I know.
It's pivoting. It's stop, start.
It's the jumping.
It's high intensity. Yeah.
Yeah. And as Richard's watch showed us, you burn some calories doing it. I mean, that's the best part of it,
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. It was a good time, good exercise. Like, I'm sure the watch was not 100% accurate, but I would say
right.
700.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of calories.
Running full court basketball for an hour straight, yeah, you're probably gonna burn.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And the best part of it is that we got to see Jared's moves. I got moves, man. Now let's rank Jared's moves on a scale of 1 to 10. Richard, I'm making you go first.
I give him a 7.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I give him a 7 also because Jared's a big guy and he moves pretty good, and I can respect the moves because I didn't feel like I had anything after I played. So if he's doing that 2 or 3 times a week, then
that's good. That's good exercise.
Good at night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I knew Jared would be good. He's got a great shot, and I didn't necessarily see any moves down low that would make me think, oh wow,
Come on, George.
That's really gonna fake out Michael Jordan in his prime. I'm just saying.
How did you guys feel like actually being the old men having the old men game?
No, dude.
I did revert back to that.
No, that we were not the old man. The old man was guarding me, and I was very thankful of it because I had a lot of open threes, and it really helped my ego that some of those went in because that's only the third time I've played ball since COVID. So and then I played 2 weeks ago. So you talking about your legs being tired in that first game? That's what miraculously it just shows you. Like if we played tonight, like it's your body would already be prepared for that shock. Because like when that first game, like I felt good, but the 2 weeks ago I was like dead. I was like, oh my gosh, I have no legs. I airballed my first 2 shots. Like I just had nothing. So I did feel like my body kind of was like, oh, we're doing this again. So but I just thought it was fun. Talking about the old guy, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not going to say like I was inspired by him or whatever, but like of course he was guarding me and stuff, but I just kept thinking like, dude, I'm so glad he's out here. Like, I'm so glad that he hasn't stopped playing this game, this, because it's a fun game, I mean, it can be, and so I thought it was kind of cool. I never asked him how old he was, but I mean, I'm sure he's 60 something. 60s. Yeah. But hey, he kind of stayed with me for the most part. Yeah. So anyways, I thought it was fun, man.
Yeah. Sometimes, especially sports like that, a team sport, I find like fundamentally the most important part is not to mess up too much. You know what I mean? It's like, and that I feel like he was fine. He didn't really. Never once seen him turn the ball over. He was there to get it when he needed to. I mean,
he's that role player.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I like so much about it. Is like you find your role and you're like, all right, I'm gonna do this. And just respect the role. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Because we kept diverting to the young guy on our squad. So it's like, hey, I ain't got it. Like I'm gonna feed you.
Exactly. And I think that's the hardest thing, especially for men to be able to admit, like, okay, I don't have, like, I know my handles aren't that great anymore. Like I used to have some halfway decent handles when I played all the time, but so it's like, I don't even want to take the ball up. Like, I'd rather you just set a screen, let me pop out, and I hope no one plays defense on me, and I have a wide open 3. Like, I would rather play the Steph Curry role. You know what I'm saying? But I also think that's like, you got to know that as being an older, when you're getting older. Like, you're not, like, I didn't want to guard that young dude because I know how that goes. Like, I can't keep up with that guy. So, I had no choice but to go with the old guy, because the matchups were too perfect. We had Larry Bird and Magic Johnson over here trying to guard each other.
That's right.
Like, hey, shout out to Kevin for the game-winning 3, the one game though. Let's go.
Yeah. I like Carlton Banks. Remember Carlton Banks?
Yeah, dude. And what's funny is I remember dropping back on that, and I was just like, well, if anyone's going to shoot it, because I was guarding that young dude, I was like, if anyone's going to shoot it, I want it to be Kevin. And then he cashed it, and I was like, gosh, dang it. So no, that was fun, man. Shout out to Jared for the invite. That was cool. He's probably playing ball right now.
He probably is playing ball right now. And the thing is, when you go with a good group, and I mean, it wasn't like a hyper competitive group, but it was the guys that just wanted to play and guys, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So when you guys go do something like that, like, do you have a mind? I don't know, because everyone approaches something differently, right? Like, of course, when I go there, I'm like, okay, I know I got some skills, but I don't know what the level of competition is going to be. Like, am I going to get destroyed out here or whatever? I mean, do you guys get like I don't know if an anxiety is the word, because I don't really think I get that, but. Or do you just kind of look at it as like, I'm just out here to have fun?
Yeah, I think that's the second one's kind of like, I know I'm not the most, I know what I am, and I'm fine with it. And it's like, you're gonna have to deal with it because I'm here. So
Dude, hold on, time out. That's your answer to literally everything. Like I actually
Literally
love
life.
you, dude. You really are Tom Segura because that is exactly like I don't care. I don't care what you think about me. This is my life. This is what I'm doing. I'm here playing basketball, and if you're bothered by my ability of basketball, I don't care.
No, I'm here. You're gonna have to deal with it one way or the other. So
I love it, dude. Oh man.
I feel the same way too. Like as long as like, hey, I'm here to have fun. It is what it is.
See, I don't know if I'm the complete opposite because I do want to have fun, but if I'm
You
the
wanna
guy
win,
that like to a level, like I don't want to get rough with so not at this level anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like when I played 2 weeks ago, there was a younger guy that I was guarding and I could not keep up with him. And I was going for a rebound and he was going for the offensive rebound. And he hit me hard, like the two were like, I go, God dang, dude, like one of those numbers. And it lit a fuse though. And I was just like, but then I just kept telling myself like, bro, you're 40. Like, don't like just have fun, you know? And then, you know, afterwards, you know, we dabbed it up and I was like, dude, you know, you had me on skates all night. Like you're too fast, you know? And, you know, we made it cool, but it's like, I had that moment of to like really like turn around and be like, listen, dude, I'm freaking 40. Stop hitting me from behind like that, you know?
Right,
like,
right.
don't take it so, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I always feel like I don't want to be the worst on the team that causes us to lose. So I think that's where I get like, okay, what's the level of competition? Like, you know how I told you guys about me going and playing in that ping pong competition. Like I don't really feel like I get anxiety, but I had anxiety going to that because I was like, dude, I know this is a different level of ping pong, and I'm going to be the guy that gets matched up with someone that is like, oh geez, I gotta play with a rookie. Yeah, and that's really what happened. I mean, you know, but it come to find out the guy lives in my neighborhood, for crying out loud. So it all, you know, it all works out, right? But so anyways,
That's awesome.
but yeah. No, I mean, I think it's good. I think we should try to do that more often. Yeah, it's good to have the camaraderie and all that too. You know.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. I have to work out in there too. It's like,
Oh,
we
dude, it's
played
great.
what, like 7 games in
Oh,
an hour.
yeah,
yeah, because we
We-
played 5 and we played a game before that. So
Mhm.
yeah. It felt good. I loved it. How was everybody's fourth?
Good.
Excuse me,
good.
America.
America. So you
America.
guys said that like yours was real chilled,
Mine was real chill.
dude. We lived completely different lives. I feel like I just now sat down from it. You know, like it was that whole weekend because I had I took off that Friday to go golfing. Me and Dirty went golfing, and then because I was supposed to go photograph a wedding, which it was a big bummer. So I already had the day off. So we went golfing, and then Saturday I had to smoke 2 pork butts for our big 4th of July party on Sunday at my parents'. And then I was having guys over Saturday night for the fights. So and then I had to go to my parents and also help set up for the party and then set up all the fireworks. Yeah, all the fireworks, which I hadn't seen until Saturday. I think it was Saturday. No, Friday. I went over there Friday night. So I didn't even know, you know, what I had or, you know, how much work I had to do. So yeah, so it was a crazy weekend for us. But I don't know, like even my mom, Friday night, she was like, why are you having people over for fights? You know you're going to be tired. And I was just like, you know why, Mom? Because it's fun.
Because I want to.
You only live once. And like I am like, I don't know, Richard and I kind of talked a little bit on the way to basketball, just kind of like, I don't know, maybe some of the stress I have felt or just the like, what the hell are we going to do? Like everyone I talk to is complaining about how life is expensive and they can't afford it, and you know, and all this stuff. And I'm just like, dude, none of us are prepared. You know, it's like, I mean, that's what it feels like, you know. And I mean, I know we talk about this a lot, but hold on, my wife is calling me. So anyway, so yeah, man, my point is it was just good to have a good weekend to, you know, see people laugh, goof around, and not worry about all the headlines in the news and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it sounded like it was a lot of work though too.
Yeah. See, that's where you guys are in life. You guys like, I ain't trying to do the work.
But that's your personality. Like you have the personality like my wife. Like I want to be doing something. I want to be doing a family. I want to Like I didn't grow up like that. So like you're but I do like it like I'll complain about it all day. Like we gotta do this, this, and this, and this.
Yeah.
Then you look back at it and you be like, remember when we did this? Like having those memories when you look back at it and you're like, hey, that was fun.
Yeah.
We should do that
Yeah.
again. That's how I kinda look at it. But it sucks in the moment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like when we went to Eagle Creek a couple weeks ago, and it was literally one of those things where it's just like, yeah, it'd be fun to go to Eagle Creek, but then it's like, okay, the kids haven't napped or whatever, you know, they're tired from the night before. We need to pack stuff. We got to get the dog. It becomes this like big event, but we did it. You know, we did it. Like we went and it was fun. I mean, Hoosier jumped in the most gross water ever.
I thought you were gonna have to get in that, bro. Looking at that video, like I immediately sent you a message, like, dude, like, yeah. I thought you were gonna have to get in there.
Poop water.
Dude, I can. It's so funny how that is so engraved in my head. Like I literally the next day or actually it was that evening when we got home. Like I was able to give Nika the most detailed, like. I saw it. Like I can't even believe it happened. And
there was like a silent point of that video that you were trying to calm the dog down from panicking because it would have made the situation. Yeah. It was like that one panicking. Awkward like silence. It's like this might not go well. Like,
no, not true.
Not the video.
Yeah, and all I thought about was like I can't get these clothes all nasty. Like I'm not getting in there. So. What's funny is I can't remember if you know me, I'm always posting stuff to Instagram, so like so for those that don't know, we went to Eagle Creek, we walked some trails, and there was one point my dog, you know, got in the water, but it was kind of ankle deep, and she did some swimming, and I was like, all right, cool, you know, she does like the water, and it obviously felt good to her, so we kept going on this trail or whatever. We've got I don't know how many kids with us. We got like my nephews, my nephew, my niece, and then of course my kids. So there's a whole crew of us. So Jackson, my nephew, and I, we like to fish. So we bring our pot, we bring our poles. We find a little, I think it's called like Lily Lake or something. So anyways, so we're fishing one spot. I literally catch one of my first cast, which was completely luck, but it is what it is. So we walk down this little path and we see two docks, and I was like, let's go over there to those docks. I like to see how deep the water is because bass love to be underneath docks. So we walk up on the dock. I go down the first dock. Jackson's going straight and Hoosier's following Jackson. And so Jackson goes up and I look over and I literally have video of that. I can't remember if I posted that or not, but I have video of me looking over and I was like, ooh, that's kind of deep. I was like, I'm just going to flick right there. Well, Hoosier's on the other dock, and I flick, and I watch it hit the water, and I just look up, and she just jumps in, just like it was a pool. Like she's always around water with me because I always take her fishing with me. You know, it was just so out of the norm. She goes all the way under. And she comes up, dude. And my first thought was, oh my God, Nika's going to kill me because we have a whole van full of people. Now I have this dog with green slime all over. She pops up, you know, I go, oh my God, Hoosier, no. So, you know, I run over, I immediately take my phone because I was like, somebody's got to record this. I go, Jackson, here, hit record. And so he started. So he starts recording, and I'm just like, so she's like, you know, she's in deep. She didn't. I don't think she knew it was that deep. But I think she thought she was just she didn't know. You know, she had no clue. And it was the dirtiest part of the pond. We couldn't even fish there. Like once we got over there, I realized how mossy it was, and it was stupid. So anyway, so she's got it all over. So I reached down to grab her and I'm just like, oh crap. Like she's not helping me at all. Like she's not even moving. Like I can't, like she's already 100 pounds and overweight.
I think there was a point where you say you're not going to help yourself.
Dude, yeah, exactly. So I get in this moment of like, I remember kind of looking over at my nephew, Jackson. I was just like, I can't get her. And then I go, I go, honey, you're gonna have to help yourself. Like, like she's my daughter, I was like, honey, you're gonna have to help yourself. I was like, you ready? 1, 2, 3. And I just tried to pull it up. And then what I did is I ended up kind of grabbing her back, and just yanked her up, and she kicked her feet a little bit to where I got her up. But right before I did that, somebody yelled out, do you need help? So, but dude, so then of course we get her out. But the other funny part, I take her up to the family. I immediately send the video to Nika. I go, Nika, like, oh my God. So they're like, whatever. They're kind of like up on the hill at a picnic table. So, I text her like, oh my God, I'm in so much trouble. I send her the video and she's like, what in the world, So I got to make this walk up this little hill to my family. And Evie comes down and she goes, Daddy, you are in so much trouble.
Nice.
And I was like, yeah, I definitely am. So, and then the other thing that was kind of funny is that, like, when we brought Hoosier kind of through that gap, there was a few families that we walked by and everybody was like petting her and talking about how cute she was and how nice she was and all that. And then when she went back, she was just completely just stinky and greened out. Yeah, dude, it was, so anyways, that was
that her first day jumping like in a lake or water?
Dude, I take her to, my mother-in-law's all the time. I mean, she'll, kind of go up to it. And I know she doesn't mind water, but nothing like that. Like, I mean, that was just like, oh my God. And it could have been because she was so hot, where she was just like, but I really just think that she didn't know her depth, and she just thought it was just right there or whatever. So, so anyways, so yeah, man. So that conversation led into from something else, but we could have stayed home and had a boring Sunday, but we went to Eagle Creek and that's what ended up happening. So there's your memories. Yeah. But Absolutely. Back to make it full circle. Yeah. So I mean, sometimes I wonder if that's something that's like, you made that comment where Kevin, where it's like, some people just like to go. And I'm definitely that. Like, I can't. I mean, I have this whole house to myself until Saturday, and I'm already just like, dude, like,
I'm bored.
Yeah, I'm bored. Yeah. So, right. But anyways, I'm sure I'll fill it with something.
But I honestly, definitely, I guess I understand it more as being a parent. Like when you're a kid, like you really don't care about that, but when you have a kid, like you want to make those memories because like. Now I can remember like stuff that my parents did back in the day. And it's like, all right, I know why they did that. And now that I can think of like, hey, like we got the vacation wall in our office. Like you look at that stuff, it's like, hey, I remember that. That was tight. That was tight.
Yeah.
That was,
Yeah. I mean that's why I like doing those Instagrams. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, even like our whole 4th of July thing, like I went back and looked at last year's and like just to see my kids and how much they've matured. Like it, and it's weird how you forget things. Like I mean, I think we've kind of touched on that before where it's like, dude, that was 12 months ago. And I don't even remember that. I don't remember them being there. You know what I'm saying?
It's like you look at it too, and you're like, 12 months ago, we were kind of on lockdown.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like so it's weird. Yeah,
yeah. We were trying. We had to tell people. We had to tell people you didn't have to wear a mask to come to the party.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, so no fireworks for you guys. You guys don't do
fireworks. Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, we had in our backyard. Yeah, we went to the fireworks store down the road, bought about $80 worth of fireworks. Set them off.
Yeah,
kids loved it, and that was
all that matters.
Yeah,
that's all that matters. Yeehaw! Go to bed.
Other people lighting them off. What, 4 a.m?
Oh
yeah. Hey, how about that one that was it? Jared that sent that one. Of the catching the car on fire, dude, that's crazy.
Every year there's great ones, man.
There was the people in the city that they stored their fireworks in the garage and they lit on fire because it got too hot.
Oh dang! I had some in my garage. Yeah. We had a scare with ours this year. I mean, it's
what happened?
So okay, so I got the fireworks. I literally just said I want $600 worth, and then I was getting some money from family, and then Rob Fair, my buddy, chips in quite a bit. So it was hard to get, and the prices for fireworks were ridiculous this year.
Yeah.
So we were kind of disappointed. Like I definitely was, because like, man, this show's like, it's not, how this is our 9th year, so it's like every year it's like you try to do a little bit better or whatever. But we kind of reach out to the families and people that are coming and kind of let them know that, like, hey, fireworks are pretty expensive this year, so don't expect too much. But anyway, so I put the show together, and I had my finale board, which is all set up to where I just have to light it once. Well, it went all the way through, and then it went to the last, I think it was the last cake. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was the last cake, or maybe the cake before that. And I had tied into that fuse into two or three more, 3 mortars, with a slow fuse. And obviously it was, so the cake would finish, and then some mortars would shoot off towards the end. Well, the show ended. It didn't really end the way I wanted it to, but it is what it is. So we always go up and we kind of check the fireworks, make sure everything's been lit, nothing's been disconnected or whatever. Well, we see that one of them is disconnected, and we were like, oh shoot, like that four of the cake and those mortars didn't go off. So we were like, well, we might as well light it. That's like $75, sitting there. We might as well blow it up. So it's me, Rob Fair, my cousin Ryan Graves, and we're kind of leaning over the board that we have it on. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna light it. So I light it, and as soon as I light it, dude, it just went boom, 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 because it was like the last part of the cake, and that's the like finale of the cake or whatever, and then it went to those mortars, and dude, Rob, Ryan, we just like took off and went running. So and I was literally my neighbor, who I said came by earlier, he put on a show too, and I was literally talking to him about this. What makes me so mad is that I've already made that mistake of relighting the fuse and how quickly it goes. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like but it's just like, I don't know what it is. Like you just see it, and you just light it, and then you bounce. But but it just shows you how quickly it can turn south. So
yeah, I saw a video of somebody lighting some of the mortar things, and their like dog gets it and just starts shaking. Yeah,
could you imagine, man?
I could imagine. Yeah, with the dog I have, yeah, I think he'd do something like that.
Dude, that'd be so scary. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine, especially if it's one that would like blow up in his mouth. Like you would think it would get hot enough to where he'd be like, I gotta drop this, but yeah, I've always wondered what it would sound like inside of a car. Like if that video that Jared sent where I guess just to explain it, someone let off a firework, and I don't know, I guess it tipped over and it went underneath someone's car, and it just, dude, it just went nuts, but I can't imagine what
other fireworks in their car then, like, and then they all went, because that was a lot of fireworks.
Yeah, I don't see that. I thought
they had them stored in there.
That's what I'm saying. He had the fireworks stored in there, like the firework, it tilted over, it hit the car. The fireworks were stored in the car, and then the rest of the fireworks went off and caught the car on fire.
Oh, really? I couldn't tell if it was just the like a cake got underneath it, somehow, and there's 10 shots going off underneath it. And regardless, that would be so terrifying, dude. Yeah, and thank God we have surveillance cameras so we can witness it.
Absolutely, we can see everything. High in the sky.
Hey, Kevin, I did want to say something when we was talking about basketball earlier. So, just being honest, whenever I see a black guy on the court, I always expect he's going to be good. Do you ever feel that pressure?
That's why I told you guys off top. Hey, I'm not a basketball player. I was a wrestler.
Deal with it.
Yeah.
Okay. I just always wondered, because it's like there's always those stereotypes of you're supposed to be good at a specific sport because of your color. It's so silly, but I didn't know if you felt that.
I can give you what you gave. I can give you the Robin special. I can get you some boards, and a lot of effort, but nah.
That's what's up.
Curry shot.
Yep. And I'll take somebody down and wrestle them if I have to.
Absolutely. I remember we used to, like, and to go back to the basketball thing, dude, we used to play, like, my neighbor had a court. We would play in 90-degree weather for, like, all day. And, like, I wouldn't feel the way that I felt. I don't ever
it's
remember
different.
feeling that way. Like,
Just walking to your car.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. It's so, like, it is what, and I mean, I guess there probably is vitamins and medicines out there to help prevent, but this isn't new. Like, everyone told me, just wait till you get 40. Your knees are going to feel different. Right. And it's so true. So generation upon generation knows this. Like, you get older, your body starts aching. It's like, it's almost silly that there's not like a, like, at this age, you have to stop eating like this because your body can't handle it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what'd you say?
That's what your doctor's supposed to tell you. That's what mine told me.
Yeah.
Like, when you hit 40, you're gonna have to stop.
You need an Alexa, like, into your brain and be like, you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, when you get that brownie, that little Alexa in your brain should be like, don't do that, Blake.
Yeah. Nope. I'm shutting your body down, not to
genetics
eat.
Genetics are gone. It's now what you eat.
Yeah. I feel like I do okay on eating. Mine's more of the Alexa telling me, don't go run. It hurts. You hate it. It sucks. Yeah. The Stuff Mudder is a really bad idea. You're going to kill Richard Brown afterwards.
And JD just texted me about that like an hour ago. He was like, hey, man, who all's going to be in this Tough Mudder? It's just me and you, right? And I was like, nah, man. It's like me, you, Blake.
I didn't know JD was doing it. I thought David, right?
David's going to, I was like, man, it's going to be a host of people. And he was like, oh, man, I'm out of shape.
Yeah, we're all going to be in the same boat. It sounds like, it's like, I mean,
it's gonna be like, we're going to get through it together, though. That's the thing.
Yep.
I know. That's what everyone says. Just go ahead.
And say if you can't do one, just don't do it. Just walk by it and do the
Yeah. We're all going to. Sorry, go ahead, Kevin.
No, I was thinking today, what if we had the Tough Mudder and it was this hot out?
Bro, we did.
Like I'm for real. Like, I'm
walking. I'm just walking right past the obstacles. Yeah, I'm pulling out my phone, taking pictures, and never getting dirty.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm gonna drink a beer the whole time.
Could you imagine getting under the obstacles, and like a lot of them are metal and they're just blazing hot, dude?
Yeah, I ain't trying. I'm not about that life.
See
like
what I'm saying?
The crawling underneath the stuff and that. I've never had anxiety. I've never felt like I was someone to say I would have anxiety. But lately, like, I watched that video and I just like, I feel like I can't breathe. That video is
awesome, dude, because it shows literally everything. And like I told you, I watched it with a whole bunch of people at work, and the one that gets me is the cage crawl. It's
bro, because my arms are gonna be dead. I'm gonna have no arms.
It's right
by the first obstacle.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, my brother-in-law Dirty, he's talked about doing it. I don't know if he'll sign it. Dirty will show up, not train, and somehow do awesome. He's just that type of guy. And I'll be like, I hate you. I'll just be holding on to his legs.
now, Richard, will they send is there a list for what we're doing yet?
I haven't got one. No. Mm-mm.
Of the obstacles, that's what I want to know.
When I did the zombie dash, it's basically almost the same kind of thing. There was obstacles. You just showed up, and I think there was a list when you got there, and then that was it.
Nice. I'm just prepared for all of it.
Dude, I ain't prepared for none of it. I mean, my boy Richard's in better shape than me. He played basketball once, and he's like, I'm done. I can't imagine how we're going to feel after this.
We got more games than us.
I don't know, man. I love playing basketball though. It's just such a fun sport to me. But yeah, we're gonna have to do it again.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about how to get that in more often.
I know. Yeah, maybe we could find like another night so it doesn't affect the podcast or something. But we'll have to figure it out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or we move the podcast to another night that week or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll make it work. Let Yeah, man. What else is going on? Anything? Same old crap.
You see, Joe Rogan denounced Donald Trump.
Yeah, I did see that. So
That was wild. I was like, what?
Really?
yeah, so this
How did I
literally
not
happened
see that?
yesterday, and I meant to send it to you guys. Maybe Richard can find it on line. I
Well,
just didn't know how long ago it was.
It was like a day or two ago.
Like I wanted to fact check it, but I ended up getting
Well,
so
it was,
busy.
there was a video like where he said that they basically asked him like why
Where's
he didn't
this
have
at?
Donald
I'm gonna
Trump
see if I
on.
can find it real quick.
They asked him why he didn't have Donald Trump on. He's like, well, I could have had Donald Trump on. They've asked multiple times, and I've said no because I don't like him.
Actually, Trump's people has asked multiple times. Yeah,
And he said that he doesn't want to. He didn't want to. He basically said that Trump was the worst kind of person, and he didn't want to encourage it.
Really? I would like to hear that because I've heard him say. I've never heard him really say that he. I've never really heard him say that like he likes him and thinks he's the best person in the world. But he's definitely said that like he hasn't had a fair shake or he did do some good things. And
I mean, I mean, I don't disagree with that assessment, and I don't disagree with the fact that there are, in terms of 100% accuracy, what people say about him probably is not, but I don't know.
Yeah. It's. I mean, it's interesting that it's a headline.
he said something like I didn't want to help him.
He basically said the threat to democracy is I think if I remember where is exactly.
Hold on. See, Joe says that he reached out to him, that he was willing. I've heard him say on his podcast that he was willing to have him on during the debate because
he said. Because he said he's been offered Trump multiple times and said no.
Man,
I wonder if that's like recent opinions or whatever.
Hang on.
I'm trying to get the actual video.
I have heard him kind of allude to like, I don't want to get into that political space. Like he doesn't want to, I think having whoever that one guy is that he had on. God, who was the other candidate that was possibly running to be Democrat?
Hang on, Kevin. I can
go ahead, Richard.
I can try to play it here in a little bit.
I got the article that I'm sending to all you guys.
Okay.
That has the video snippet.
Okay, this was. Let's see if I can play it.
You're talking about the little old man. I can't even remember that dude's name.
I keep on wanting to say Ross Perot, but that's not it, right?
We're talking about the same guy. I just can't remember his name.
I know. Yeah. But yeah, he's I don't know. I mean, his opinions may have changed. I think it's funny that it's even a headline.
Well, Joe Rogan said it.
I know. It's just there's just nothing else to talk about, I guess. We need another school shooting, apparently.
Right. Or hey, R. Kelly did get 30 years, bruh.
He did.
There we go. Your favorite.
You like
Your
wait
favorite-
to think
your
about
favorite
it.
segment?
Coming back with, but they wanted me to do it at the White House, and I was like,
Whoa.
Can't
Can you imagine
man.
that? Oh my
The
god.
Joe Rogan
Did you
60
tell him
points
though, like,
behind the Oval Office.
if he had been willing to come here, I don't know if you were in LA at that point.
Oh, I
Like,
know these people.
you considered it more a vacation.
maybe I would have thought about it in LA, like to do like a real 3-hour thing. But either way, the problem is, it's a real problem in that I don't want anybody to be uncomfortable,
Mhm.
and I don't think it's my role. Like if I'm talking to someone like him, there's some uncomfortable things that have to be addressed.
Right.
I've interviewed Trump. I know exactly what we're talking about, and he actually hates to be
This
put.
podcast is from a while ago.
He gets pissed
Yeah.
whenever you'll do it.
But that's why you got to
Right.
do 3 hours too.
Right.
You
That's
gotta,
true.
You got
That's
to
true.
cook them.
Right.
You
Well,
give-
but his
give 'em
staff will make
time.
sure that they right.
Exactly.
I remember.
Not only
so-
that, they'd want to edit it.
Oh, of course. 15
Yeah.
minutes in, underneath the Resolute desk, his staff person is hitting me in the leg, trying to get me to wrap it. And I was like, dude, I'm not fucking wrapping this thing. I was like, I'm wrapping whenever Trump
His
is going to wrap it.
staff members hitting your leg.
Bill Shine, the former head of Fox News, was sitting there smacking my leg, trying to get me to rap at 15 minutes.
Why?
15
Because you were
minutes.
asking uncomfortable
They were
questions.
Asking hard questions, right? Yeah. So I was like, that was,
Wow.
and in general, they just want you to come.
that day.
It's not a podcast. I mean, like the idea of going to the White House and doing a 20-minute
That's a repeat.
podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Portnoy did it that way. He went there, but
Oh,
Yeah.
you know,
A lot
him,
of shit for that too.
I'm sure he
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
But it's like, I'm not interested in that.
So
I don't
what's
care.
your-
I just like don't ever do things saying this is going to be a big episode. It's going
Right.
to be a lot of numbers.
Mm,
I do things if I think someone's cool. I'm interested in someone, or I think what their position is fascinating. With him, it's like, I don't want to help anybody in this race. I certainly don't want to help him, and I certainly don't want to help Biden. And
Did the Biden people approach you?
No, I think maybe early on. I don't remember, before I got real controversial.
Before you were
Before
tweeted
Too
out from the
problematic.
presidential account, I remember being like, "That's crazy, man."
Said that I think of Joe Biden as having a flashlight with a dying battery, a long walk in the woods. And I'm right, because that motherfucker's flickering right now.
It's so true.
Hey, but you gain more respect because, like you said, I'm not trying to influence anything, right? Secondly, it's not going to be a real Joe Rogan podcast because it's going to have limits to it. Like Joe's going to ask them the real honest truth about things and get real questions, and he feels like if he did a podcast with him, he's not going to get the real. You know what I'm saying?
But like, I mean, that comment right there is exactly why when they try to cancel him, like they can't, because people know him. Like, they've heard that. They know how he feels. He doesn't care. He talks about it all the time. He goes, I have effed up people on my podcast all the time because I was effed up as a kid. I have you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, I mean, I don't know. That whole them trying to cancel him was obviously just trying to make headlines, but that's interesting that he really just doesn't care about the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that would be just
that would have took him off right there.
Yeah. That the podcast that he was on right there is called Breaking Points. It's pretty good. They try to like find the right balance between the right and the left, and kind of try to bring you more of the facts rather than push an agenda and whatnot. So I don't care enough about politics to really listen, but I've tuned into a few of their highlights or whatever.
Yeah.
Nice. Bernie Sanders is who we were talking about.
There you go. Yeah. But like even on that podcast, Rogan's like, I just wanted to have him on. Like, and then after talking to him, I just thought he was a nice guy. So, but then everybody tried to, say that's who, I was going to vote for or whatever. And yeah, I think he's kind of sick of all that.
Yeah. I think the comments everybody's talking about coming from a podcast called Lex Friedman's.
Yeah.
And basically in the podcast, just reading the transcript, it says, I'm not a Trump supporter in any way, shape, or form. I've had the opportunity to have him on my show more than once. I've said no every time. Rogan said, I don't want to help him. I'm not interested in helping him. Rogan supported Bernie Sanders in 2020 and has said he would back Florida Governor Ron DeSantis if he were to run, and described Trump as a polarizing figure and an existential threat to democracy itself. So many people felt like they could abandon their own ethics and morals and principles just to attack him and anybody who supports him. So that's the gist of it.
Yeah.
That's why it's just now coming out. He was on a podcast.
Really?
He was on a podcast a few days ago.
Oh, okay. Maybe they just recorded a new one. It might be on Lex's podcast.
It is on. Yeah, it's on Lex Friedman.
It is. Okay. I thought they did. Well, maybe not. Joe's been kind of making a few rounds lately, but he did Andrew Schultz, which was pretty wild. But anyways, we've kind of talked about this in the past, but I was listening to something about Andrew Schultz. I know we always talk about comedians and how everyone's kind of doing their own path. He's getting ready. He, I guess, just bought back his own special because he wanted to do it himself. And I think he's just releasing it like to his website. Is that right, Richard?
From what I understand, I think it's Netflix that was going to do it. And apparently there's some there that they asked him to take out, which is surprising. And they have to be some jokes, because if they let Chappelle and
right
Burr and a few other people do their stuff, and they're like, like it's got.
He said he had a Michael Jackson.
He recorded something, they wouldn't publish it, and then he bought it back so it could be published.
They asked him to take some jokes out, basically.
Okay.
And he said no, and then he bought it back, and now he's just gonna self do it.
Yeah. He even said that he probably, this isn't a money grab. He's like, this is a, this is all on his back. He's legitimately doing it independently, and he's got you know, a lot of these comedians, dude. I don't know if you guys know what Bert Kreischer's doing, but I mean, he's absolutely killing it. Like, he's got this whole fully loaded tour going on. I mean, he's really taking the comedy world to like the next level. And even Rogan's doing something down in Houston, creating a club for all the comedians. And so it's weird because like I hear these podcasts, I think all this industry of comedians, I don't know how many people know of comedians anymore. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know how many people know musicians anymore.
It's
It
almost
seems
like it went through waves, like the late 80s and 90s. Like, it was real early 90s, it was real popular. And now it's almost like it feel like comedy is back to that, where it's real popular right now.
Right. Yeah. But you know, then again, I catch different podcasts. So that's why, you know, of course I know about all these comedians, but the average person probably doesn't. So, but it's just been in that world, it's been cool to watch these people that are just like you and I, really. I mean, of course they do comedy, but start podcasts and then just be like every single one of them say, if it wasn't for this podcast, I wouldn't be as big as I am because I've been able to connect with fans and they know who I am. So when they come to my shows, they know who I am, and then they celebrate with me, and they you know, they celebrate my achievements with me, you know, because they watched me, you know. So that whole world, that neighbor that stopped by earlier, we were kind of, you know, talking about podcasts and stuff, and talking about the podcast that we do now, and you know, managing it, and you know, like what you really need to do to promote it and push it and all that stuff. And I mean, that's just a whole world. It's like a whole industry, you know. Yeah. He kept saying, Richard, you may know, is it Upwork or something like that, where you can kind of have people like do all your marketing or whatever?
Yeah, you Upwork or Fiverr or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. By the way, before I forget, he did mention he would like to come on the podcast. So maybe next week or something we can have him fill in or whatever, you know, step in. So
fill in random Blake's neighbor.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, you know, like, and him and I talked about it tonight. It's like, you know, he just stopped by because he was walking his dog. He saw me, he said, "What up?" He came for the fight Saturday night, and I just ran into him one day, you know, walking my dog at night, and he was walking his, and you know, said what up to each other. And next, I eventually said, "Hey, I watch fights. Do you watch fights?" I have people, you know, it's just what I do. What'd you say, Kevin? Oh, Olivia coming in with punches. Yeah.
Do it hard.
Yeah, put water in his mouth first.
Right, make him cry.
Yeah. But yeah, so you know, we got to just kind of talking about just the podcast and all that stuff, and just how quickly him and we had 30 topics that we could touch on, you know, just by getting to know each other, you know. So anyways. Meanwhile, Kevin's getting abused.
Getting a little chaotic over there.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I have to mute it. So how did fights go? Had people over?
Yeah, it was good. I had a few people that were supposed to make it, didn't end up not turning out, but I, like I said, I grilled those 2 pork butts for my parents the next day, so I was kind of manning the grill a lot. But I got to see Robbie Holt again. Of course, my brother-in-law Dirty was there. Then my neighbor Andrew came. Jared came. And then Robbie's brother showed up. So it was cool.
Did you guys pay for the fights, or did Jared bring the fights?
Yeah, bro, we pay for everything, man. I don't think Dana hears this podcast, bro. No, dude, it's been nice. I just got to buy some food now. That's about it.
That's the life. Yeah, it pays for itself.
Hey, man, I mean, yes, I was, you know, I'm roughly spending $1,200 a year, not counting, you know, buying food and whatnot, just to watch those dang fights.
I know, right?
You know, and I mean, I love the sport and I love having people over, you know, but yeah, man, if I can save some money, I have to.
Yeah. Surprisingly, it ended up being a decent fight card. I ended up watching.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the fights, the co-main and main went to a decision. So, you know, there's always kind of that little lull in the action. You're also kind of getting, you know, a little bit tired or whatever. But man, we was able to watch it outside. Felt great outside. It was just,
yeah,
I don't know. It was It was a good fun night. So
I was missing you guys, but we were watching Stranger Things outside the Stranger Things finale.
bro,
I'm
I got
sure
so
you
many
guys-
stories.
That still.
Are your kids watching Stranger Things right now?
Kevin, bro, where did I come home from? Oh, Friday night. I came home from the fireworks. I literally walk in my living room. I stand in the doorway, and Addie and Ella are bawling their eyes out, like
Yep.
sobbing. And I literally walked in and I said, "You all better cry this hard if I die, because
They're
this is
not, bro.
ridiculous, dude."
Not, bro.
I was like, I literally, I walked into like apparently the climax of the show or whatever. You know, I don't even know who died.
Yeah, I'm 30 minutes into the finale, so
Oh, you are? Okay, yeah. I know nothing, so yeah.
okay.
I
Yeah.
got to rewatch the last 2 episodes because I was in and out of sleeping and watching the.
I mean, they're
fight.
like 2 hours long a piece.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like it
Can't do it,
should
bro.
have just been like a. To be honest with you, they could have just did like
4
that
episodes.
with the end. Yeah, either broke it down or put it in a movie theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it a movie.
Yeah.
Well, they said that they said like Netflix, like for the first time in history, actually went down because
See, that's crazy.
Because so many people was watching it.
yeah.
Hey,
People
so
are just-
would you think that this might be the most popular show ever on there?
Yeah, I think they said it was like either the first or second most streamed TV show, not necessarily on Netflix per se, but overall.
Right.
Um,
That would be believable to me.
yeah, it's probably behind something on Disney. I don't know what it might be, Mandalorian or something.
Right.
But yeah, they said it's like the second most streamed TV show in history.
Right.
That's wild, man. It's so crazy how certain shows just pop off, and you know, like I'm sure there's so many.
None of those kids were stars before this, so it's like
I
kinda
know.
I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of those. It makes you wonder how many great shows are out there that they just don't get the recognition. They don't get that
Yeah, you
pop,
just gotta-
you know. But
you
it's
just gotta
still
watch it,
entertaining.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you just gotta
exactly.
watch it. Yeah. Even if
Yeah.
you're not into sci-fi, like it draws with that 80s, 90s theme and
Right.
stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. It's cool. It's based out of India, and I couldn't get into it. I tried to watch the first series, but I was like, I'm good. I literally was, I was thinking, man, I got all this time on my hand. Like I should, watch some type of series
Yeah.
or something. But I don't know, like just the thought of sitting inside. I'm like, no, like
You're not gonna go. What are you gonna do? Go outside? and be
yeah,
high?
I'm gonna go fish.
And be high.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
the
bro, I
fish
don't
aren't
care.
even biting right now. It's so high.
Hey, they'll bite. I'll figure it out. I just want to be outside. It's gonna feel
Yeah, you're
good
gonna
right now.
be At 11 o'clock, you might as well take a nap now and then go fish.
When it's
That's one of them
fun.
night.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll throw
What-
pants on. I don't even care.
There's a good series that you could be watching right now.
What?
You got an Xbox, you'd be good. You wouldn't have
No,
anything
that-
to worry about.
Ninja Turtles.
Right,
Yep. playing
Then
some-
I'd just grab some chips and dip and sit here and be lazy. I ain't trying
What's
to do
good
that.
for you now? There's no good sports on right now.
I know. Hey, I'm telling you, once basketball's done, I literally don't even turn on the TV unless it's for fights or maybe golf. But I would rather go
That's
play
why I was
golf.
sitting there today saying I can't wait till football season. Here,
Yeah, it gives you something to watch.
absolutely.
Yeah, I kind of like the dole and the action or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like
It
Yeah,
it
it's-
gives you the catch up on life.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
on the stuff that actually matters, and not about how much money some spoiled dude is making.
Hey, you know what you could be getting geared up for? Thor: Love and Thunder comes out this weekend.
Tomorrow.
Comes out tomorrow. I already got movie passes for it.
See, I got mine for 5 tomorrow. So
Do you? I
Yeah.
think we're gonna watch it Sunday. Amy
That's
bought
it.
me movie passes Father's Day for it.
sweet.
You said that's Thor?
Yeah.
Thor: Love and Thunder. Yep. Your kids will be wanting to watch it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, for
very
sure.
well.
I'm sure Ella already has a T-shirt made. They've been wearing they've been wearing Stranger Things shirts like all week, like sweatshirts. They don't even care outside, inside. They just I'm like, man, y'all got the bug.
Yeah, but that's the thing with all these series now. Like I feel like they've kind of tried to copy Disney and Marvel to where everything is interconnecting. So it's like
Yeah.
I have to watch this because it
You gotta
connects
keep the
with
story
this
going.
whole thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I
so
mean, it's smart and it makes it exciting. Like, I mean, that's what gets my girls all excited. It's like, oh my God, so and so came back or, whatever. And I'm just like, okay, I can't comprehend all of it. Yeah.
But that's been the whole thing with comic books forever, though, right? I mean, that's why
Right.
I've always, enjoyed the comic book game, is because it's just, you never know who the team ups are, when somebody's going to come back, or when that next
It's like wrestling.
guy is going to pop up. Yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
exactly. You never know when
I
John
get
Cena's
it.
gonna pop up.
Yeah. You never know when the twist is when the plot twists.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I get the excitement of it.
Are your girls watching Miss Marvel?
I don't know what that is. I don't know if I've heard of that one. I did hear.
It's on
I
Disney
did
Plus.
he-
I guarantee they're watching it.
Didn't Buzz Lightyear come out, or is it coming out?
Yeah, it came
I
out.
think it's already out. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, we watched it.
Any
Was
good?
it- was there
I heard it was. Go ahead.
I
I
heard
already
it-
know there is. Yes.
There is. Okay. I heard.
It's like
I
a-
heard it's
Heck, like it's not even.
really.
It's so stupid. It's like 3 seconds of your life.
Yeah, but people make it. Yeah, I just heard it's not doing well, and that's that's part of it. Is
No.
I guess there was. So what was it, like a girl toy kissed another girl toy?
It's
No,
characters that are-
there's a scene where one of the girls marries another girl, and Buzz Lightyear is talking to him in the door, and the other girl pops up, and then they kiss for like 3 seconds, and it's like a peck, and then
Yeah,
that's it.
right. But yeah, it's it's just the point. I guess I mean I don't like I said, it doesn't really bother me, but I just find it interesting that apparently it's not doing well, right?
Well, I don't know. Like part of the reason it's not doing well is because there's countries that won't show it because
That's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I think that's the topic. How long does Disney, because right, like that's the thing about a lot of this acceptance stuff, is that they get pushed to
Do it.
have those type of scenes and promote that type of lifestyle and yada yada. So then when they do, and then the world and literally the whole world reacts to that, it hurts that bottom dollar, and it just makes you wonder how much longer are they going to.
I don't
Do
know.
you-
I mean, it's
Do you
not that-
not think that Disney is not always going to have the dollar? Like it started, like they're already in too deep on this because it started with the princesses, right? Now every ethnicity has a princess, right? That
Right.
wants to be included. Even the Marvel stuff, right?
Yeah.
Every ethnicity is included. You're also gonna have same sex stuff on the Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
They're already in too deep, so it's
But
not,
dude,
it
I
is not
remember-
going back.
I remember as a kid in the 80s, my grandmother swearing off Disney because they liked gay people. Like, this has been going on.
Dude, I remember that too.
When was this?
My,
This
my,
was
Lion
like
King.
behind us on the Little Mermaid.
my
On the Lion
grandmother-
King. Who's gay in the Lion King?
No, see, it was just a gay. I don't know. Like, dude, I was like 10. I didn't know because she was like, I'm not.
I don't know. Yeah, absolutely.
I
I've
was
seen
like,
Lion King like 50 times.
And she's like, because they promote gay, and I'm like, but I want to watch. I don't care.
What are we
Like,
talking about with the Lion King? I want to know.
I did. I love that Rich is bringing that up because I kind of forgot about that. But yeah, that was very big amongst the church that Disney was homosexual, and that there was like a scene in Lion King, if I remember right. Like I think they're wrestling or something, and there's dust that flops
that
up, and
says,
it
that
says,
says like sex or something.
yeah.
"Yes,
Yeah, I do
yes."
remember
Yeah, see, there
I
you
got too
go.
much time, man.
What? Too much time. That's all people do anymore. It's
been
like
going on
fine.
forever, though. It's like people. act
Yeah,
like the whole Buzz Lightyear thing is like new. Like, dude, Disney's been fighting that battle for 40 years now, slowly. Like,
right.
It's not a game to them. And look, dude, like if you can have a boy and a girl kissing in the scene, then you can have a girl and a girl kissing. I'm sorry, but it's garbage.
Yeah,
It's garbage.
yeah.
Because
Don't-
either way, you're gonna fight the inclusion battle, right?
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah.
There's part of me that says why even have if for a kid movie, why have any romance in it? Like
I
what's
got
that
an agreement
agenda?
with that. I mean, there really is, no
There's no
point.
point.
Unless it's a coming to age type movie or something like that. That it's,
Right.
that is what it is. But yeah, if you have a movie geared towards 10 and under, I mean, what's the point?
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you need it for?
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with
'Cause-
you on that.
Yeah, because it's not like I'm anti it or whatever, but I've always said that, like, Evie, who's 5, will like, oh, my boyfriend's on the phone, and somebody be like, well, where'd you get that from? I'm like, Disney. Every movie is a love story. Every song is a love story.
But it was like
obsessed with that.
But it was like that in every
Forever.
story in 1920s too. Like it
Forever.
hasn't changed, but that's
I know.
always the point of the story.
It's not just Disney either.
It's not just Disney.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's because it's what they watch and they already see it. That's my point. It's like there is, and it's not like there's anything wrong with people falling in love. I mean, it's a good thing to promote, to show, show men and women getting along, interacting, and it being a safe place and building a family. I mean, all that's good. Yeah, that's fine. That's part of life, But yeah, I just that's funny you said that, Richard, about the whole Disney being gay. I totally forgot about all that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. No, I will say this, though. I would think, though, that the creators of that show would also not want to take that hit. No different than the whole John Cena thing whenever he spoke up about China, right? Like, he immediately apologized in their language because he knew there was millions of dollars on probably not just him, but the production crews, if they did not show that movie in China, right? So I would think the creators would feel the same way. Like,
yeah,
is this 3 seconds worth not making millions and millions and millions?
I think it's dependent upon the company culture, right? If you have a culture of a company where the employees are okay with it, are okay with taking the hit, whatever the end result is with it, I mean, look, Pixar movies haven't even been in theaters for 3 years now. So what does it matter to them at this point in time? They've all Pixar movies lately have been straight to Disney Plus for the past 2 to 3 years. So it's I don't know, man. Like it's hard to say, and it's still made $100 million. So
it's never gonna be for everybody anyway.
I mean, yeah, it's still making gangbusters. So
it still makes money.
It's just not making what you're used to seeing movies like that.
Right.
Make. It's still over $100 million in the box office right now. So
which for the fifth Toy Story movie is pretty good, right?
And one not involving any of the other major
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah, I didn't feel like there was as much buzz about it, no pun intended. But I don't know if it's just I don't know if that movie has kind of faded away or not. But that movie was the shiznit back in the day. I mean, every kid loved that show.
I think it brought about and part of the thing with Toy Story in general was the nostalgia. Like Lightyear doesn't have that, and really a lot of the latest Pixar movies have been pretty
really.
Anyways, it's not. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And I don't know if you've watched any of them, but I have 2 little kids, so yes, I've watched every Pixar movie probably since the 90s.
Right.
Yeah. So from being a kid to having kids and
staying a kid.
So
heck yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you get kids, then you're like, okay, what's Pixar got in the back catalog?
I know.
So,
yeah.
So,
yeah. Right on.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this biznitch up. It's my birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday. 41?
Oh, no. Wait. Today's Wednesday. See? I already screwed up.
How old you are? You don't even know.
Friday.
Is it 40 or 41?
41.
41, man.
41. Yep, I was supposed to go camping this weekend, but it fell through. So I'm taking Friday off. I'm gonna go golfing.
You might have,
if it doesn't rain.
The weather's